Hey everybody, it is Jess with Watch Kitty Shrink, and I have a serious question for you all. Does anyone else think that it is hilarious that we all look like bank robbers going out in public now? I want to say that I take COVID very, very seriously, and I'm really glad for all of the safety procedures. Happy to follow along with the precautions of a mask, but I'm in the car now by myself, so I don't have to wear it. Anyway, it's been a little bit since I have checked in. Things are still going kind of the same. I'm still working from home, still very grateful for that opportunity. I feel like I'm very, very protective working from home, more so than I am working at an office. I definitely think that's something that is just good for me. I feel very mentally happy. I really, really enjoy that. I haven't been on here much because I've just kind of had a lot going on, not going anywhere at all. But sometimes I just come and sit in the car to thaw out because my house is kept cold, and y'all know I'm very cold natured. So anyway, I'm actually going to come on here and talk about weight loss. Shocker of shockers, because a lot of times I think I come on here and just do random stuff, and this is a weight loss account. So let's talk weight loss. But first I need to start at the beginning in case this is your first video here. In April of 2016, I weighed 285 pounds. I went on a low-carb diet, and then in August of 2016, I weighed 255.4 pounds. And then I had weight loss surgery called vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is where they remove between 70 and 80% of your stomach. And then at the beginning of 2018, I hit my lowest weight ever, which was 140 pounds. And I maintained a weight of 145 pounds for about a year. Then in 2019, things changed a little bit. I think, honest to God, that I got a little tired of living like a bariatric patient. And I think sometimes you get to a point where, you know, you're thinner than you ever thought you would be in your life, and you feel like you're one of these thin people. Like there's people out there that's just naturally thin that can kind of eat what they want and do what they want, and we're not that way. But I think I just got to a point where I maybe was just tired of being a bariatric patient, tired of worrying about it so much, and I started gaining some weight. I gained about 15-ish pounds, which is, you know, kind of a normal amount. You know, a lot of people say they want to lose 15 pounds. I'd gotten up to around 156, 158, kind of in that range. And then towards the end of 2019 was the absolute worst time of my life. I don't want to get into that because I don't want to cry. And then I gained a little more weight through that, and I shot up to 165 pounds. Then quarantine started, and I was around 165 pounds in March of 2020 when the quarantine social distancing thing started. And for the first 6 weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks of quarantine, I definitely ate like I was never going to see another human being again. So what does it matter if I get fat again? And there was a lot of stress and anxiety and like unknown. Like I didn't know what was happening in the world, anything like that. And so I kind of lost my way. Then, as it happens sometimes with us, it kicked into me that it's, you know, it was like I needed to remind myself, you was not eating well because it impressed other people. You was not doing any of this for other people. You was doing it because you felt better. And that's the truth. When my weight was in the 140s, that's the best I have ever felt in my whole entire life. I felt strong. I felt capable. I felt lean. I felt confident. And I've not felt that way in a long time. So about 4 weeks ago, I started just eating better. Not less, because since this quarantine started, truly I eat all the time, like every hour. But so I started, like I said, about 4 weeks ago, eating better, only allowing myself to eat low-carb foods, but still eating whenever I wanted to, because mentally I was not there to make myself start eating less yet. Now, I do not know how bad my weight got during those first initial months because I was a little scared to weigh myself. when I finally did weigh myself this Tuesday, May 26th, I weighed 168.8, which means that I had gained 3 pounds through this whole pandemic issue. And I'm quite sure it was more than that. But like I said, I had been eating well for 3 weeks before I did that. Now, starting this week, I am back to intermittent fasting. I'm doing that 16 hours. So basically, I will stop eating at 7 the night before, and then I won't eat again until 11. And then my eating window is from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's the only time I can eat. And I'm just going to give you a general breakdown of my day, because here's why. It's only been 1 week, but at the beginning of the week on Tuesday, because it was a holiday weekend, I weighed 168.8. Friday, the 29th, I guess. Yeah, the 29th, I weighed 167.1. And then this morning, I don't advocate weighing every day, but I felt lean, so I weighed again this morning. I weighed 166.1. So the scale's definitely going down. That is the first time in over a year that the scale has went down. Actually, it's the first time in over 2 years that the scale has went down. But I had, just maintained for a while, but I'm feeling really proud and really strong. So here's what a typical day looks like for me right now. I wake up in the morning and I take some of my vitamins, the ones that don't bother me to take on an empty stomach. And I try to drink at least 3 glasses of water before 11 a.m. At 11 a.m., I have my first meal, and it's my protein coffee. I do 2 shots of Starbucks espresso, a cup of ice, 2 Splenda, and a protein shake of my choice. I like the GNC Lean. I'm not going to Starbucks every day. When someone does go out for groceries or essentials, they will stop by Starbucks and get me like 20 shots of espresso, and I just keep them in a cup in the fridge and get some every morning. So that's at 11. Around 1 or 1:30, I will eat lunch, and it's usually a plate of strawberries because it's fresh strawberry season right now. And so I'll do some fruit. That's definitely not necessarily, strawberries are okay on keto, but I've been doing some other fruits too. I'm sticking right now a little bit to more low carb instead of keto, just until fresh fruit season's over. But anyway, around 1, I'll have a plate of fresh fruit. I can't talk. Some strawberries, sometimes some watermelon, sometimes some pineapple. And then by 3-ish, I might have a meat stick or 2 to have a little extra protein. And then by 5:30, I will have supper, which is usually some kind of meat and some kind of vegetable. If it's meat and a salad, or meat and green beans, something like that. And then around 7, I might have like half a cup of strawberries again, or like 6:45, I'll have half a cup of strawberries again and make sure I'm done by 7. So I'm just really proud. I really hope I can stick with it. I think that's the thing that's been very frustrating to me lately, is that I don't seem to be sticking with anything. But I feel really, really motivated right now. I feel more motivated than I have in a long time. And I think that's the biggest key. I've said it all along. People are always like, what's the secret to weight loss? Because weight loss surgery is not the secret. Because people have the surgery, and, if you don't change the way that you're eating, if you don't do this and do that, you're not going to be as successful as you want to be, because all weight loss surgery is a head start. And I think people are starting to notice that. And so people ask me, what is the secret? The secret is that weight loss is way, way, way more mental than it is physical. You have to get your mind right for this to work. And don't be too hard on yourself if your mind isn't there. It took me 28 years for my mind to get there the first time. And it took me a year to actually get back on track and actually be serious about it instead of just talking about it. And so that's where I am. And it feels really good to be mentally there, but you can't force it. I tried to force it for a while, and I just was not ready. But I do feel ready now, and I feel really, really proud of myself. And I hope that you all are doing really, really well. And maybe, I know I keep saying this and then I never do it, but maybe I'll actually do a what I'm eating in a day video. You never know. As of right now, like I said this morning, I weighed 166.1. My biggest goal is to get under the 160s and back into the 150s. Of course, eventually I would like to get back to my happiest weight, which was 145. But yeah, those are my big goals. I haven't done a question and answer on here in a really long time. So I'll probably have to make another video asking for questions because nobody watches all the way to the end of these things when they're this long. But I might do that and do a question and answer with you all soon. I love you all so much. YouTube will always be my favorite because you guys have been here for the whole long ride. But I also have Instagram and TikTok. Both of those are under the name Watch Kitty Shrink as well. If you look down here in the description box, there is some coupon codes to save you all some money. If you ever just want to chit chat or anything like that, you can email me at watchkittyshrink@gmail.com, or the easiest way is to send me a direct message on Instagram, as that is the social media that I check most often. But yeah, you can hit me up here too. I have been trying to do better about checking my YouTube comments. All right, bye.